NFPA 70E standard for electrical safety in a workplace outlines specific procedures and precautions for rescuing an individual working on energized panels. Here's an electrical safety rescue procedure. Firstly, safety first. Assess the situation and ensure your own safety before attempting a rescue. Secondly, de-energize the panel. If possible, de-energize the panel through the main breaker or isolation switches. Thirdly, remove the victim from the panel. Use non-conductive tools to free the victim from any conductors. If using a wooden board or stick, place it under the victim's body and leverage it to lift the victim away. Fourthly, extinguish clothing fires. If the victim's clothing is on fire, use a fire extinguisher or non-conductive blanket to smother the flames. Fifthly, call for help. Immediately call for medical help and emergency personnel. Sixthly, administer first aid. If the victim is breathing, place them in a recovery position. If they are not breathing, start cardiopulmonary resuscitation or CPR. Some additional precautions to consider are: firstly, always wear appropriate personal protective equipment, or PPE, including insulated gloves, arc-rated clothing, and a hard hat. Secondly, use non-conductive tools and equipment for rescue. Thirdly, train all personnel who may be required to perform electrical rescues. Fourthly, conduct regular drills and practice rescue procedures. Some training resources available are: firstly, the National Fire Protection Association, or NFPA, which offers NFPA 70E training courses. Secondly, the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, or OSHA, which offers electrical safety rescue training. Thirdly, there are independent training organizations. Many organizations offer specialized training in electrical safety rescue. Additional tips include: firstly, install warning signs and barriers around energized panels. Secondly, use a lockout/tagout system to prevent accidental energization. Thirdly, have an emergency plan in place for electrical accidents. And fourthly, maintain a safe working environment and follow all established safety protocols. NFPA 70E provides a comprehensive framework for electrical safety in the workplace, including detailed procedures for rescue operations involving energized electrical equipment. Adherence to NFPA 70E guidelines is crucial for minimizing the risk of electrical injuries and fatalities. The standard covers various aspects of electrical safety, such as hazard assessment, personal protective equipment, safe work practices, and training requirements. Regarding rescue procedures, NFPA 70E emphasizes the importance of prioritizing the safety of the rescuer. Before attempting to rescue a victim in contact with energized electrical equipment, the rescuer must ensure that they are not exposed to electrical hazards. This may involve de-energizing the equipment, using insulated tools and equipment, and wearing appropriate personal protective equipment. NFPA 70E outlines specific procedures for de-energizing electrical equipment, including the use of lockout/tagout procedures to prevent accidental re-energization. Lockout/tagout involves disconnecting the equipment from its power source and attaching a lock and tag to the disconnecting device to indicate that the equipment is out of service. The standard also provides guidance on the selection and use of personal protective equipment for electrical work, including insulated gloves, arc-rated clothing, and face shields. Personal protective equipment is designed to protect workers from electrical shock, arc flash, and other electrical hazards. In addition to rescue procedures and personal protective equipment, NFPA 70E addresses safe work practices for working on or near energized electrical equipment. These practices include maintaining safe distances from energized parts, using insulated tools and equipment, and implementing appropriate grounding techniques. The standard also emphasizes the importance of training and communication in electrical safety. Workers who may be exposed to electrical hazards must receive adequate training on the hazards and the safe work practices to follow. Communication is essential for ensuring that all workers are aware of the potential hazards and the procedures to follow in an emergency. NFPA 70E is a widely recognized and respected standard for electrical safety in the workplace. Compliance with NFPA 70E is essential for protecting workers from electrical hazards and ensuring a safe working environment. The standard is updated regularly to reflect the latest advances in electrical safety technology and practices. In addition to NFPA 70E, other organizations such as OSHA also provide guidance on electrical safety in the workplace. OSHA's electrical safety standards are based on NFPA 70E and other industry standards. Employers are required to comply with OSHA's electrical safety standards to protect their workers from electrical hazards. Electrical safety is a critical aspect of workplace safety. By following NFPA 70E guidelines and other applicable standards, employers can create a safe working environment for their employees and minimize the risk of electrical injuries and fatalities. Remember that electrical hazards can be deadly, and it is essential to take all necessary precautions to protect yourself and others from these hazards. Always follow safe work practices, use appropriate personal protective equipment, and seek training when necessary. If you are unsure about any aspect of electrical safety, consult with a qualified electrical professional. In addition to the previously mentioned points, it's crucial to emphasize the importance of a comprehensive emergency response plan. This plan should outline the steps to be taken in the event of an electrical accident, including procedures for rescue, first aid, and communication with emergency services. The plan should be readily accessible to all employees and regularly reviewed and updated. The emergency response plan should include clearly defined roles and responsibilities for different individuals. For example, some employees may be designated as first responders, while others may be responsible for contacting emergency services and providing information about the incident. The plan should also specify the location of emergency equipment, such as first aid kits, fire extinguishers, and automated external defibrillators, or EEDs. Regular training and drills are essential for ensuring that employees are familiar with the emergency response plan and know how to respond effectively in an emergency. These drills should simulate realistic scenarios, such as an electrical shock or arc flash incident, to help employees practice the skills and identify any weaknesses in the plan. In addition to the emergency response plan, it's important to have a system in place for reporting and investigating electrical accidents. This system should ensure that all accidents are promptly reported and thoroughly investigated to determine the root cause and prevent future occurrences. The investigation should involve a review of the work practices, equipment, and environmental conditions that contributed to the accident. Based on the findings of the investigation, corrective actions should be implemented to address any identified hazards and improve the overall electrical safety program. It's also important to promote a culture of safety in the workplace. This involves creating an environment where employees feel comfortable reporting hazards and concerns without fear of reprisal. Management should demonstrate a commitment to safety by actively participating in safety initiatives and providing employees with the resources and support they need to work safely. Regular safety meetings and training sessions can help to reinforce the importance of safety and keep employees informed of the latest safety practices and procedures. These meetings should provide opportunities for employees to ask questions, share their experiences, and provide feedback on the safety program. Finally, it's important to remember that electrical safety is an ongoing process. As technology advances and new hazards emerge, it's essential to continuously evaluate and improve the electrical safety program to ensure that it remains effective in protecting employees from electrical hazards. This may involve updating the emergency response plan, revising safe work practices, and providing additional training to employees. By taking a proactive approach to electrical safety, employers can create a safer working environment for their employees and minimize the risk of electrical injuries and fatalities. Electrical safety is a shared responsibility, and everyone in the workplace should be committed to working safely and following established safety protocols. Some key elements of an effective electrical safety program include, firstly, hazard identification and assessment. This involves identifying potential electrical hazards in the workplace and assessing the risks associated with those hazards. Secondly, control measures. This involves implementing measures to eliminate or reduce the risks associated with electrical hazards. Control measures may include engineering controls such as insulation and grounding, as well as administrative controls such as safe work practices and training. Thirdly, personal protective equipment, or PPE. This involves providing employees with appropriate PPE to protect them from electrical hazards. PPE may include insulated gloves, arc-rated clothing, and face shields. Fourthly, training and communication. This involves providing employees with adequate training on electrical hazards and safe work practices. Communication is essential for ensuring that all employees are aware of the potential hazards and the procedures to follow in an emergency. Fifthly, emergency response. This involves developing and implementing an emergency response plan to address electrical accidents. The emergency response plan should include procedures for rescue, first aid, and communication with emergency services. Sixthly, incident investigation. This involves investigating all electrical accidents to determine the root cause and prevent future occurrences. The investigation should involve a review of the work practices, equipment, and environmental conditions that contributed to the accident. Seventhly, program evaluation. This involves regularly evaluating the effectiveness of the electrical safety program and making necessary improvements. The evaluation should involve a review of the program's goals, objectives, and performance measures. In addition to these key elements, an effective electrical safety program should also include the following. Firstly, a written electrical safety policy that outlines the organization's commitment to electrical safety. Secondly, a designated electrical safety officer who is responsible for overseeing the implementation and maintenance of the electrical safety program. Thirdly, regular inspections of electrical equipment and systems to identify potential hazards. Fourthly, a system for tracking and managing electrical safety records such as training records, inspection reports, and incident investigations. Fifthly, a process for reviewing and updating the electrical safety program on a regular basis. By implementing a comprehensive electrical safety program, organizations can create a safer working environment for their employees and minimize the risk of electrical injuries and fatalities. Electrical safety is a continuous process that requires ongoing commitment and attention to detail.